Welcome back to another video from the Debate Room podcast. This is episode 131. This is our mid-season award show plus our all-star picks. I think all-star voting ended like yesterday or something like that. It's basically mid-season. We probably a game behind or game ahead. I don't know. But it's basically the middle of the year. We halfway done with the year, so it's time to see like who's been the the best at what they do. Before we get to it though, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, like the video, share the video, and follow us on our social media platforms up at the top of the screen and in the description. As you can tell, we have another special guest or returning to the show, KD. Last time he was on the show, he sparked a lot of controversy.
I don't know why. I just spoke.
We had some really good what we call it interactions from the fans on the TikTok when he was talking about D-Wade was better than Giannis. But that's not here or there. Who knows what he's gonna say today? We'll wait to see. But it's always a pleasure having him on. Q, how you doing, bro?
Living.
Max, school started. How you doing? Snowing out there?
Cold. It's cold. Yeah, a lot of classes got canceled so far. Classes got canceled so far this week. It's like feels like -16 out. So it's a cold one up here.
Wait, I got a question.
Yeah,
I feel like -16. Why are we not going to say it's -16?
Wind chill. Yeah, it's dumb. It was like I think it was later today. It was like I think it was like 0 or -2, and it got like with the wind chill and everything got so much worse. So bad.
Yeah, I didn't even leave my room today. I wasn't go to the gym and stuff like that, but it was too cold. I was like, I'm just sitting here, did a Cooper Flag video.
Go to the gym? You can go to the gym? Huh? You can go to the gym today? That's good.
Oh, I've been going to the gym for the last 2 weeks. I just keep my business to myself. Anyways, what I'm gonna say, you just clear my train of thought, bro. Anyways, let's get started, man. First award up is obviously MVP. I mean, I feel like this should be pretty unanimous, but considering who we have on the show, I just don't know. I just don't know. Where do you want to start? Max, who is your MVP? Who's your MVP this year?
It's Shea. It's Shea on stats. It's Shea on narrative. It's Shea on whatever you want. Shea's been putting up again. This is my pick start of the year. This is Latif's pick start of the year. Shea's been putting up video game numbers all year on the best team in the league. He is easily the MVP. I think when you want narrative, first of all, the NBA loves to switch it up and give it to people who don't have it. 2, I feel like Nikola Jokic's name will be said, which is great. He's having a great year by a numbers perspective, but are they losing to Philly right now?
Yeah, too.
Latif said Philly should have given up 2 months ago. So, I mean, that's a bad loss. All I'm saying is
Latif also said that OKC or that the Cavs would smoke out OKC last time they played. And,
oh my gosh,
40. So Latif says a lot of things.
He said there was no reason to watch the game. No reason to watch the game. It's over. Anyways, Shea has the best narrative right now. The NBA wants to give it to someone who has not gotten it before. There are a lot of people out there, and Shea is playing great on both sides of the ball, and he's leading the best team with Chet out. That's a big part of this. We're still dominating, and Chet, who arguably is our second best player, is not even playing. And Hardenstein's been missing time too. So again, I think obviously a lot of it's due to Dagnall and Sam Presti. They built a great team. We have great role players who've contributed a lot defensively, offensively. But Shea is the leader of that team, and he should definitely be the front runner and runaway right now for MVP.
KD, you seem like you said it wasn't unanimous, so you clearly have someone other than Shea. Why is someone other than Shea? Who's your MVP pick?
It's Jokic. My MVP is Jokic, and it's really simple. OKC is as good as they are because of their defense. They literally have an all-time level defense. Shea is not like a main factor in that. Sure, he's a contributor to it, but he is of that starting lineup. He is the worst defender on the court for his team. He's the worst. That's not no slight at him. It's just the truth. So they're as great as they are because of their defense. And he's not even the best defender. He's the worst defender on the court for his team. How can I call him the MVP?
Because he's leading the league in scoring.
Scoring.
He's literally doing all that. He's literally
scoring.
We're gonna go offense. Who's having a better offensive season, Jokic or Shea?
I'd say Jokic and Shea's roles are very different. Again, we know that. Jokic is a cone. Jokic,
remember, defense. If we're gonna ignore defense and we're gonna focus,
I'm not ignoring defense. That's what I was gonna say. On the fifth worst defender on the what you said it, a historically amazing defense.
Yep.
Again, is not bad. That's not you said it yourself. He's not a bad defender at all.
It's not a
He's able to keep up this defensive role on a historically great defense while also on the flip side leading the league in scoring.
To be fair, he guarding like the fifth best player.
He's guarding the worst offensive.
Are you ever are you gonna put an MVP level character? Like if you have Lou Dort, if you have Kaysen, if you have J-Dub, if you have Caruso, are you gonna throw Shea out there? No,
you're not going to. But that's the whole point. He doesn't have to, and they're still that great without him having to really guard anybody good because their defense is that good. You can plug and play plenty of players into Shea's spot, and the defense would be the same. So in some cases, it might be better if you replace him with a guy like Tatum, who I think is a better defender than him. The defense will be just as elite, if not better. So it's not. That's why I can't give as much credence to the best team.
I don't think
that.
Sure, I understand what you're saying. When you have four great defenders, that fifth one doesn't really matter. Whatever. But I don't think the offensive role, again, Tatum, sure, Tatum's a great basketball player. There are not many other guards I could think you could throw out there who would carry the same role offensively, and also just performance-wise. Like Shea has performed in the clutch for us time and time again.
If you replace Shea with Donovan Mitchell, how much does the defense really drop off?
It doesn't.
Yeah. It really probably. They're still going to be number one.
It would.
Sure, if you put Shea on the Cavs, though, does their defense go better? Get better?
Not really.
Are we ready? I don't. Are y'all done? I want to.
I didn't even really get to paint my Jokic argument either. That's crazy.
I was looking at the numbers just now. There's some shit in here.
Yeah,
go ahead. I want you to finish. No, Diddy.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
All right,
you did not need to say that. I'm not gonna lie. You did not need to say that. You could have just let it ride. That's it. Pause.
Okay.
That was ridiculous.
Jokic, he's literally putting up a 30-point, basically triple-double. Again, he's 0.1 assists off of a triple-double. Elite efficiency. He's the best three-point shooter in the league efficiency-wise. That's not a made-up stat like that. That's literal fact. He's the best three-point shooter in the league efficiency-wise as a center. Relative to position, that's ridiculous. It's literally ridiculous. How elite of a shooter he has been this season. And in that team, if you take him out, the offense goes to crap. It's complete garbage without him. If him not on that team, they're easily a lottery team. Easily. And that is when you're talking about most valuable player, that is what that means. It's you are so valuable to your team, to any team, that they would not function without you.
But this is where I'm getting at, narratives play a big part of this, because if that is,
I agree,
and that is true. But LeBron would have had that for from 2000, damn near the year he was drafted till a couple years ago. That's just not how it plays out, though. And especially Jokic,
But you're talking to a LeBron stan, so that's what I'm saying.
I agree.
Believe LeBron should have gotten it all those years. So
that's why I guess with our All-Star talk is what's going to happen or who should win it. What's going to happen right now is definitely Shea.
I wouldn't even say definitely.
Listen.
I think it's. I
just want to address things. If even with how great the Thunder's defense is, they would not be. They wouldn't be that good. They would probably be in the play-in without Shea. Well, let's be serious.
Yeah,
Jalen Williams is not leading. No, Jalen Williams is not leading anything. Let's be serious. We saw it when Shea missed the game.
You want to know why I disagree?
Without Chet, no, definitely not.
We see the Houston Rockets, whose best offensive player this season has been Jalen Green, legitimately.
Bro, their offense.
Without Chet, we don't have a Shengun. We don't have a Shengun.
Sengun's efficiency has been horrendous this season.
Without Shea on everything, I would probably take the Rockets' offensive personnel. Seriously, bro.
Where do you think the Rockets' offense ranks right now?
It's not good. They're like 20th or something like that, 19th or something like that.
I think you.
Like,
25th.
I think you being like
oh,
intellectually.
you talking about half court offense? Like total offense? I don't think it's like. I don't think it's
half court offense or 25th. Because I think OKC will still score in transition. Like that's not going to be like. And Houston doesn't even score in transition. They only score off offensive rebounds, legitimately.
Okay, so Shai is MVP this year. He's averaging 31.5 on 64 true shooting. Obviously 6 assists, 5.3 rebounds, barely turned the ball over. The Thunder are 17 points better when he's on the floor. The offense is 15.3 points better when he's on the floor. It gets abysmal when he's off the court. He's leading the league in EPM. He's leading the league in win shares for all the analytical nerds out there. OKC right now is a top 6 offense right now without any good offensive personnel really outside of Shai. Like J-Dub is a good piece, but he's been like very, very inefficient for the last like 25 games on offense. It's been pretty bad. He's been amazing defensively, but offensively, he just hasn't been the best. And they're doing all this without Chet. I think record should matter in the MVP. Like I don't know where we got to this stretch where that shit just don't matter. But they're what 35-7. They have the best record in the league right now, and they're doing this again without their second best player.
Just a quick question.
Shai is completely carrying this offense, but like completely carrying this offense.
Just a quick question. Since you wanted to bring up, on-off numbers, like are they a negative net rating team when he's off the floor? Just curious.
No, they're a bit positive.
So they're still a positive rating team even without Shai.
Their offense and defense gets worse when he's off the court, and I understand he's the fifth best defender on a historic defensive team, but he's averaging 2 steals per game. He's a great help defender. He has great hands. He's really good protecting the rim as well. He's boxing Jokic. Jokic is awful defensively. He's awful, and that matters, bro. That really does matter. Defense matters in this league. I understand Jokic is a transcendent offensive player. He's a much better offensive player than Shai, but he is awful.
Go back to the defense.
Hold on. Defense matters now. Defense matters now specifically.
No, forever. The defense always matters. Defense always matters.
I'm not saying he get MVPs if it matters.
I'm sorry.
Why did he get 3 MVPs? Nobody cared about the defense. He didn't talk about the defense before.
Hold on. He had. I'm not an MVP voter, so don't act like I'm just saying. But he had historic offensive seasons like he having this year. But the candidates, it's Shai. How many candidates are playing like Shai? Like Embiid last year, Jokic won last year because Embiid got hurt. If Embiid was healthy last year, he would have won that. He was having a historic offensive season. Yes, he was having a historic offensive season. Line top like 10 to 15 defender in the league. So that MVP, he got it because Embiid was hurt. Realistically, because
I'm only bringing up. I'm only asking about the defense. You talked about defense as if it really mattered to this MVP debate. Specific, if you want to use, let's just use Jokic and Embiid. Jokic to have all the offensive numbers, but Embiid clears him like with a large margin on the defensive side, and his offense is like pretty. He's pretty like a pretty great offensive player in his own right. So why didn't he win those MVPs also? The defense not really a thing to be harping over.
If you look at all the numbers and stuff like that, Jokic was having some of the years he won MVP. He was having like historically like all-time great offense level seasons, and he's having another one of those this year, but it's not to the same level as some of the older years, especially like 2021, 2022.
Not to the point where not to the point where now we're saying he's a horrible defender and that's why he can't win MVP.
He was also better on defense than in those years than he is now. I'm not gonna lie, it's a different level.
But if he doesn't win MVP, it's not because he's
poor defense is top 10 this season. So.
Oh my god! So we're gonna do that. I mean, like, how much is Jokic really contributing to that half-court defense?
I'm saying that I don't think Jokic is like much worse on defense than he was previous years. I think he's always never really been. I just
don't think that matters in this conversation.
Yeah, I don't think it does either because Shai is the the worst player on his team on the court on defense. So why are we bringing up defense?
Stop. This is like they are like really good defenders, like really good, like borderline all league defenders.
Yes, but when we apply context, who is Shea guarding? You don't see him. You don't see him out there locking dudes up.
I'm not talking about matchup defense. I'm not talking about matchup. I'm talking about help defense, which he's really good at that. We start rim protection. He's really good at that.
Like, good defender this year?
No.
What does that have to do anything?
All his help side defense.
I think all I'm saying is KD. All I'm saying with it more is like the fact that he is the worst defender on a all league, all whatever defensive team does not mean he's a bad defender. So I'm not trying to give him like all the magnitude is not going towards his defensive. What's up?
I said that's not what I'm trying to say. I'm just trying to apply context to it that if it's the most valuable player, you can't bring up defense when he's the worst player on his team on the court for his team. Like that's just contradictory to the concept of most valuable player. Like it's backwards. It doesn't make sense. That's my point behind it. I'm not slighting Shea. I think he's one of the few actual two-way like star guards we've had in the past few decades. Like I'm not trying to slight him, but I'm just in the reality is like that defense is elite without him. It's the truth.
The defense gets worse when he's off the court, by the way. It does.
Also, saying whatever they would a dumb argument because obviously every team without their all NBA player not on the court is going to be a worse team than they are on the court. So that doesn't really.
What are you talking about?
You said there a bet when he's off the court, their on and off numbers drop off. Obviously, he's an all NBA player. That's going to happen with any team. If they lose their best player, their team is going to be worse. That's not a great argument.
On off numbers is not a great argument. That's using every single MVP. That's one of Jokic's biggest things every single year. I think his on off swing is probably higher than Shea's this year. And that's because their rotations are ass. I mean, I don't know what they be doing out there. They just don't. They just
it's probably like the actual. If you truly deep dive into it, the reason the defense is worse when Shea's off is because the offense is so much worse that teams are just getting out in transition from getting rebounds and getting forced turnovers for that. That's resulting in a worse defense.
I don't know when on off a number was ever a bad argument. That's what we.
What I'm saying is obviously the team is going to be worse without their best.
Yeah, he was saying like comparing MVPs, like no matter what, each team is they're.
Yes, but it's certain levels. It's certain levels for MVPs. I was going back and researching like some historic MVPs, and the Rockets in 2018 with Harden barely dropped off, like barely, because they had CP3, but they barely dropped off.
That was LeBron's award too. Ain't gonna cap.
And also, it's like he has like his on off is kind of similar. It was similar to like Steph in 2016. It's like this is one of the best start seasons we've ever seen in NBA history. What can I say?
Draymond had it better on off than Steph in 2016. Hey,
that's a result of system.
Q, who is your
that one player? If he's not there, everything is all awry. They go from shooting motion threes to Sean Livingston coming in shooting middies. Obviously, it's going to be the numbers are going to look a lot different. Like clearly,
Q, who's your MVP?
It's SGA. It's SGA. But when he talked about Jokic, I was looking at the numbers, and he career high. He's scoring. He career high assists. Second best rebound in his career. 47.
Jokic is the best player in the world, but it don't go to the best player in the world every year. That's not how it works.
It should
spin that argument to me, bro. You don't have to spin that to me.
All right, let's move on to defensive player of the year.
No. I'm sorry, Max. Go ahead, Katie.
All right, my defensive player of the year, and I did not believe this guy deserved it a few years ago when he won it, but this year I believe he does deserve it.
Triple J.
Yeah, Triple J. Their half-court defense is top 5 in the NBA. He himself has been a great defender. He, as an overall player, is what Chet and Mobley like aspire to be. Is what Triple J has been this season. Like on both ends of the floor, he's given them great minutes at the 4 position. He's scoring in the post. I'm gonna keep it to DPOY, but defensively, he's been all over the floor. He's played most of the season, I'm pretty sure. Like, I don't think he's missed many games. And again, like, their defense is top 5. When you look at the other arguments, Wemby's a great defender. I think he still has stuff to work on defensively. Like, his instincts in terms of like jumping and contesting shots is not there. And so guys are able to sometimes get shots over him. Their defense as a whole isn't even top 10, so it's hard for me to give it to him. Mobley, I think, has been a great defender this season, but their defense also isn't top 10, so it's hard for me to give it to those guys when their defenses aren't that good. And the other defense is better than Memphis. They're just like team defenses, like OKC. Hartenstein, I think, has been great. Don't think he's played enough games. And I'm not like the Rockets don't have anybody I'm giving it to. So I think of the available options, I think Triple J is probably the most deserving.
Last year I had a similar argument for like against Wemby, because I understand the argument against Wemby. Like, the team defense isn't great at all. I think as far as like their actual ranking in the league, they're somewhere around like 15 or 16, somewhere around average. But he just doesn't have many great defenders around him at all. And this year he's on a different level as far as protecting the rim. He's averaging 4 blocks per game. And he's more than just a shot blocker. He's a rim deterrent as well. Players avoid shooting around the rim when he's around the rim. Of course, he has stuff to work on, but because he is 7, it gives him a whole wider. He's more like 7'5". It gives him a wider range of coverage. The defense is also 11.3 points per. The defense is 11.3 points better with him on the floor. When he's on the floor, they're definitely a top 10 unit, I believe. I know it doesn't work like that, you know what I'm saying, but they're like at like 110 when he's on the floor or some shit like that. So that's around top 10. He's contesting 27.3 shots per 100 possessions. And teams and players are shooting 13.2% lower when he contests at the rim. And he's saving about 4 points per 100 possessions. So it's all great rim protecting numbers. Like, he's I don't know. I gotta look at Triple J stats for that, because I only look at Wemby because he's my pick, but I'll look at that in a second. But Wemby is just carrying the Spurs defense. I mean, I know that the Memphis don't got great defenders, but like outside of Castle and Sohan, who has been injured, like in and out the lineup, I really don't know anybody else on that team that's like good defenders at all, to be honest.
That's not really. You can say the same thing for Memphis, though. It's like Jalen, because people have been injured. It's like Jalen Wells and like Bane is a decent defender, I guess.
He's okay.
Shaw's been a good defender this season, but he's been injured too. So it's like, I don't know.
I would love to see Wemby as like a roamer. Sure, we're crazy.
That probably never happened. My pick is Wemby too for everything you said. I thought he was a block merchant, like kind of like last year. Not like literally a block merchant, but I think like people fell in love with those type of numbers. Same thing to the Triple J thing a couple years ago. I don't think that really like shows that you're a great defender if you just stop calling the numbers, because obviously there's somebody doing like most of the work for you on like it was Steven Adams. He was doing a lot of the dirty work, and then he just come clean something up. But I think like he added that Rudy Gobert type thing to his game where like people just not going around it. They realize that like that's a dumb shot. I think that's very important. Rim defense, that's the most important defense. Might as well give it to him now because he's probably about to win like 4 of the next 7 anyway. So you might as well start there.
My DPOY is Lou Dort. No, I got Wemby easy. Wemby easy. Again, Vegas is like, I think the odds I saw were like minus 700, minus 650. And again, this far in the year is crazy. I think people wanted him to win it last year, obviously. But I guess you can make cases, but I think Wemby's got it.
All right, let's move on. Oh, actually, I'm gonna check these numbers for Jaren Jackson Jr. I mean, they're kind of like a little bit better. I think. Opponents are shooting 15% worse when he's at the rim, saving about 3.5 points per 100 possession. So it's pretty similar. He don't contest nearly as many shots though as Wemby. So that's probably because he's a runner.
He doesn't play the 5, yeah.
All right, let's get into rookie of the year. This is probably going to be like the one that's most different for everybody. I don't know who people are going to pick. Q, who's your rookie of the year?
I'm between two. I think Castle wins it. Like I think Castle wins it, but
really,
but, and I know you hate him, Kate. Yeah, I know you hate him, but Alex Sarr has been on. Alex Sarr has been coming on the last 10 to 15 games. He's been a lot better than what he was.
You got fooled. You got fooled by that like December run because you look at his last like 15 numbers.
Yeah, I did fit that.
Nasty. You got fooled. Yeah.
In this class, it's like there was no like stars. So it was obviously gonna be like it was gonna be like one of those Malcolm Brogdon type rookie. And I think Stephen Castle fits that mold. If you want looking at deep into the numbers, you're gonna be like, this is not rookie of the year worthy. But I think he's shown enough. He's about to go to the dunk contest. That's enough to be, put yourself on the map. You play next to Wemby. People get to see him, every night. He's gonna win rookie of the year.
Dunk contest.
Yeah. My boy. I hope. That's my boy.
No shot.
Katie, who's your rookie of the year?
I got to say, I mean, unbiased. I'm a Castle stan, so let me preface that. But my unbiased pick is Stephon Castle. And I don't think I think the only other argument would be for Jalen Wells, but I don't think he has anywhere near the creation load that Stephon Castle has. Like you look at Castle's like numbers as a starter, he's averaging like 15 and 4 for a rookie, decent efficiency, like 52 true shooting. It's not good, but when you factor in that like Cade was like 50 true shooting as a rookie, like rookies typically aren't as efficient. So, and given that, he's also giving you defense. He's one of their best defenders. Night in, night out. He's taking the best like opposing perimeter player on the other team every night. Sometimes it's Sohan, just depends. Sohan's missed time. So, given all that, I think he's having a real good rookie season. Some people say this. Bruce Brown's a good outcome for him, but
I still believe that. I still fully believe that.
They're giving you Bruce Brown output right now, so it's
better than Bruce Brown.
I don't know about that. The efficiency is
right now.
Yeah.
No, he is not better than Denver Nuggets Bruce Brown right now. We got to stop. He's not. Okay, that's just not true. That is not true. And I said that was a median outcome, by the way.
But, Castle has the moments. He had the dunk on Christmas. He had the block on Shea, the clutch block when they beat OKC. He's got playing against Jalen Wells the other night. Hit him with the nasty post spin. Like he's got the highlights like to go with it. So it's
he got a good bag in that restricted area. He got a good bag.
Yep, it's flew with it.
Yeah, how y'all saw his field goal percentage outside of the paint? It's nasty.
I told you what I said in my soliloquy. Don't look at the numbers too crazy. It's not what it is. It's not the class to be looking at the numbers.
I was going to select Yves Missy. My top two at first was Yves Missy or Alex Sarr. But I settled on Jalen Wells. I think Jalen Wells is the rookie of the year this year. He is a great role player for an actual, top team in the West right now. He's averaging 11.8 points on 38.6 from three and a 57.7 true shooting. So he's been about league average efficiency as a rookie. That's really good. I understand he's not asked to do much offensively, but knock down threes and attack an occasional closeout. But he's been really, really good in that role, and I value. It's like one of those Malcolm Brogdon MVPs. It's one of those Malcolm Brogdon Rookie of the Years where he's actually contributing to a playoff team. And he had 3.1 defensive true shooting, which is really good. It means he's holding his. I'm sorry. He's holding his matchup to less efficient than what they usually are. He's been a really good defender for the Memphis Grizzlies. So I'm giving it to Jalen Wells, and yeah,
Castle, man, rookie of the year. I wonder where you heard that.
Castle top 5. For sure.
Tyrese Maxey.
I thought I was going to be a little different with both you guys going Castle first. I got Jalen Wells as well. I know narrative plays no role, but he's a second-round pick too, so I give him a little more credit. But he's shooting 38%. That's better than Baines, better than Ja. It's basically better than everyone else but Jay Huff. So he's on 5 attempts, 2.7. I get it that he's not asked to do much, but I still think contributing to the third best team in the West. Again, the Memphis team that I believed in, I thought this would be a good team coming into the year. Jaren's played great. Ja's missed time, and I think his role has been a lot more valuable offensively and defensively. So I would go with Jalen Wells, especially because no one was going to expect it from him. If anything, Zach Edey was the pick. What's up?
Khalil Ware just had 42 points on my bench. I'm tweaking.
Khalil Ware would have been a rookie of the year. He would have been a rookie of the year if Miami actually played him. I promise you would have.
If he was playing from the start, he'd probably be
rookie of the year. I just thought they would have started him earlier.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
I hear you. What you had said? What you had said just now?
No, I was saying the same thing. If he started from the start, if he was playing more from the start, he'd run away with it.
Next
All right, let's move on to most improved player. I'm curious to see what y'all got to say, though. Max, we're going to start with you. Who's your most improved player this year?
Cade Cunningham. It's Cade. I got Cade. I think the Ivy injury has given him so much more of a opportunity, I guess, to do everything, and he's hooping. I think coming into the year, obviously, Q and Latif are very big Cade fans. I think the Cade LaMelo debate has been on this podcast. How many times? We talk about it like every other episode, it feels like. Cade has been.
That's the thing. He just keeps bringing it up. I don't know why, but that's Jaden.
Jaden was on last episode, and it came up again. Anyways, Cade has been leading that Detroit Pistons team, and again, with the help that he's gotten from the free agents they have signed, Cade he looks more comfortable in his role. He's putting up much better stats, and he's looking like the go-to guy that Detroit drafted him to be. What was he averaging? 28 over the last couple of games. I think his numbers will just continue to go up. I think Detroit as a whole, obviously, was a huge success. They're killing where they were last year. Projected to maybe make the play-in. I think Cade should be most improved player for sure.
KD?
My guy, I picked him from the start of the season. He was I foresaw it. It's Jalen Johnson. He's increased his role just going into the season, which we knew was going to happen with no DeJounte, and he's done so without really having much of an efficiency drop. He's increased his scoring. He's increased his assist numbers, his rebound numbers. He's giving them great defense. He is putting up the same counting stats as Alperen Sengun, 19, 10, and 5, and same stock numbers, 2+ stocks a game, but he's 3% true shooting better and is just a better defender. And they got Sengun up on MVP ladders. So I think Jalen Johnson's most improved player, his just what they've asked of him and what he's been able to provide for the team. He's been injured the past. Well, he just came back, but before that, he was injured for 5 games. And I think they might have went 0-5 in that span. The team is noticeably worse without him. Between his creation and just what he gives you on the defensive end, he's asked to do a lot. And compared to what he was doing last season, it's been a good jump. Cade is he's my guy, but I just don't believe that you can give most improved player to number 1 pick. That's just not. I'll never agree with that personally because there's a level of expectation that you're supposed to get.
What about lottery picks in general?
Lottery picks I'm fine with, but if you're specifically in that top 1, 2, 3 range, I just can't justify giving it to you.
Q, what you got?
Oh, I had Jalen Johnson too, but I put an asterisk when I was writing my notes that it's probably going to be Cade just based on how the award's going to get picked. And he has, I guess he kind of has a case. It's just now people starting to see it because they actually got NBA players on the team. But Jalen Johnson's numbers have went up across the board than they were last year. I think would it be the tiebreaker would probably just be since he probably should have won it last year, they're going to give it to him this year. I know there's a contingent that want Norman Powell to win it. And I understand he's averaging 23 points, but it's not we never seen this from him before. He's averaged 21 points a game before. He's averaged 19 points per game, 2-3 different seasons. Like he's been around that 20 point per game range. Adding 2 more points onto that doesn't really move me, especially since we know that without Paul George and Kawhi was out. So like we knew the person that could get a bucket, he's the next person to get a bucket on the team who's going to average that type of points as long as he got the shots up. We've seen him do it in Portland. We've seen him do it in Toronto. Like he's been a 20 point per game scorer. It's not like me hating on it. It's just I don't think he improved. And there's a small camp that think Tyler Hero kind of winning, but he already done won it. He already done won that and 6 man of the year before. I don't think that's an award that you can win twice. So I'd probably go with Jalen Johnson.
Norman Powell is the most improved player in the NBA.
That's why he made that face.
He really is, man. It's not even about Cade being the number 1 overall pick. Cade was good last year. He got better, of course. The assist numbers are up. His efficiency is slightly up. The Pistons are winning more, but they just surrounded him with better supporting cast. I don't think Cade's got better, but like he's a better 3-point shooter, a little bit more efficient, and obviously he's playmaking on a different level this year. But it's not like exponential growth. Like he's got better for sure, but like, and then Jalen Johnson, it's kind of like a similar thing. He was already great last year. Like he was in contention last year. He got better for sure. But Norman Powell was averaging 14 points per game last year. He's averaging 24 points per game this year.
Did he not do this? Did he not do this in Toronto? Like he'd go off for games.
Hold on. I want to go in, bro.
It's on the highest efficiency of his career. It's on the highest efficiency of his entire career. The Clippers are 7 points better when he's on the floor, and he's a big reason why they were able to survive without Kawhi Leonard. Obviously, James Harden has a lot to do with that. His efficiency has been ass, and Norman Powell has been basically the best scorer on this team. And they all obviously are carried by their defense. But he's a big reason in why they were able to stay alive without Kawhi Leonard. Jalen Johnson got better, but I don't think like his jump from this season to last season is as big as Norman Powell, just from a scoring standpoint. He's not providing you anything else, but he's not at all. But he is averaging 10 points more than he was last year. Like that matters. I don't know when it don't matter anymore. Dyson Daniels probably are also over all these other people too. Like
so
honestly,
you telling me Norman Powell is was this level of player, got worse, and then became this level of player again? Or
no,
maybe
I'm telling you, he's never been as good in his career.
He has though. For this team, Stop. He's averaging 23 points per game for this Clippers team on 16 shots. Great. For this same Clippers team, with the provided context that Paul George and Kawhi were out this year, 21 points per game on the same efficiency, like literally for this Clippers team. He's done this many times before.
What year was that?
We're gonna tell me he got worse because he was
Huh? You talking about 2021?
2022 when he was on the Clippers. He averaged 21 points per game for the Clippers. Because Kawhi and or Paul George is out. One of them or both of them are out. He's done it before. He didn't get worse because he was averaging 14 points per game. There were 2 people ahead of him. That's why he was
2022, 2023? You talking about?
He's been this player already. He didn't get better. He's the same player.
Yeah. Are we talking about 2022, 2023? And on top
he's saying, look at the stats when PG and Kawhi weren't playing.
Like he's been this player for this team. He's also been this player for another team. He's also been this player. He's literally been this player for 3 different teams already. He didn't get better. He's the same player with more opportunity.
The year in 2020, the year you're talking about, the efficiency was nowhere.
He averaged 21 points per game for the Clippers. For that year, he was already in that range for Portland.
The efficiency wasn't on his level. It wasn't. It's never been on his level in his career.
Barely. It's off by a couple points. That ain't.
What year are we talking about?
I'm looking at the stats right now. In 2022, 2023, averaged 20 points on 49% from the field, 42% from 30.
Yes, that was 2%. That was like 2.1% lower than what it is now. And I think 2% is a good margin.
Okay, but there's also the caveat. He's now playing with one of the greatest playmakers of all time. That right there is your efficiency bump.
I mean, he's hitting some pretty tough shots. He is.
But he's also hitting a lot of open shots off kickouts from James Harden.
I agree. Now, listen, Norman Powell is my pick, but I also will have Dyson Daniels because, again, 8-point jump in points per game. The efficiency hasn't – I think it's better, but it's still not great. And he's averaging averaging 3 steals a game. So, I mean, if it's not Norman Powell, it's Dyson Daniels.
I got a question. Let's say
that was the much better player.
Let's say Giannis. What he's at? What's he averaging right now? 30. Let's say next season he averages 18, and then the season after that he averages 30. Are we gonna give him most improved player?
No, that's just different though.
No, it's not, bro. No, it's not. It really is, bro.
Yes, it is.
It's not, bro. You talking about because he got less shit. He was working.
He got damn near like most surprising player. It used to be like most surprising player.
He was ahead of him, bro.
He took a leap in year 9. He took a leap in year. Like,
you're talking about getting most improved players to a 32-year-old.
He was 3 years ago because now I got the ball again.
He took a leap in year 9.
He said all that. He said addition by subtraction because he knew he could go out there and average 20 because he'd been doing it already. He'd been doing it. It's not nothing new.
I don't know this level of efficiency, and I don't know if Norman Powell's ever been
something magical. If I go from 51 to 53, it's whatever, bro.
When the volume of your scoring increases and you're on better efficiency, and I don't think he's ever been a +7 in his career. I don't know if that's ever happened. I just don't know.
He's playing with James Harden on a great defensive team instead of playing with DeMar DeRozan.
Yeah, they're not good because of their defense.
Like what?
No, I know. But it has, Norman Powell is also contributing to that. We're not going to just act like he's
like we've seen this, but like it was the same thing. CJ McCollum leaves Portland, goes to New Orleans. He's averaging like 25 points.
I got something to say.
Like
James Harden with Norman Powell off, negative 1.3 net rating. Norman Powell with James Harden off, +5. That's all I got to say. That's all I got to say. You got to give some credit to Norman Powell. He's been amazing this year, bro. And I feel like even if you don't think he's deserving, I feel like he's more deserving than Cade and Jalen Johnson, who were also great last year. And then so I will have Norman Powell and Dyson Daniels overall. Those three over all of them. Like those players were great last year. Like Cade he's improved, but not more than Norman Powell, not more than Jalen Johnson. I mean, the Dyson Daniels or what's his name?
The fact you said what's his name, I think, kind of ends the conversation.
Yeah. Anyways, we go
too much time on most improved player, man.
Yeah. Let's talk about. I mean, Q the one wanted to argue with me. I was just saying my case, bro.
Can I go six? Can I go 6 man? Can I go 6 man first?
6 man here. Go ahead.
Can I go? I can go first on this.
Yeah.
Give me Malik Beasley. Easy. Give me Malik Beasley.
Stole my pick.
I had to get it out before the 2 Pistons fans over there. Give me Malik Beasley. Great free agency signing for them. I think he's 3rd in the team in scoring, 2nd now because Ivy's out, and he's shooting a clip from 3. He is insane. He is a big part of why Cade just has that help with Malik Beasley shooting so well and being a viable option. I did not think this signing was this good coming into the season at all. Again, I like the leadership he put in for sure, but I had no idea that he would be having a career year damn near, as opposed to everything else. So I think Peyton Pritchard will probably still get it because he's on a really good team and puts up fun numbers and does whatever, hits half-court shots. But Malik Beasley has genuinely been a top, 3-4 player on the Pistons as a 6-man.
Yeah, I also had Beasley for everything.
Bro, you just hold on. Peyton Pritchard might be the 2nd best player on the Pistons. I'm just saying, like dead ass.
If you put him on the Pistons,
I don't think it's a might. He wouldn't be.
So that's not really saying much, Max. But go ahead.
I'm just saying, can Peyton Pritchard win it on the Pistons? No, he can't. So doesn't matter. You got to win on your team. I don't care. He's playing for Boston, where he's the 6th best player, 7th best player, like a 6-man. But Malik Beasley is overplaying his position.
Yeah. And Beasley's the signing's been great. He's come up big for them in a lot of games. Like this past Knicks game, he he hit a huge. I think he hit 2 back-to-back threes down the stretch when they doubled Cade off some screens and tried to trap him, blitz him, and he just knocked him down. Like he's been huge, a great signing, and yeah, he's obviously defense. He's not a good defender or anything like that, but 6 man of the year has never been about any type of defense. It's always been about the dude who's coming in and giving you like scoring off the bench, and that's literally what Beasley's done. So,
I'm gonna go with consensus for the most part. I think that Peyton Pritchard is the 6 man of the year. Give you an efficient 14.6 per night. Also give you a 3.4 assists. In that regard, he's become better this year as a playmaker a little bit. And obviously he is scoring at an efficient clip off the bench. I think personally, if Peyton Pritchard was in a bigger role, he could put some like Austin Reeves type numbers. Just saying, he could probably do that. Yeah, if he was in a bigger role, but that's not what it's about. But I'm going to pay Pritchard. Pretty simple. Yeah.
My pick is DeAndre Hunter. It could be a fluke. Call it what you want. It's about scoring off the bench. He's averaging damn near 20 points on the bench. Career highs in 3-point shooting with career highs in attempt. I think he's shooting like 6 or 7 a game. Career high in field goal percentage are second best. Like you said, at 19 points for the Hawks, who are battling in the middle of the East for a playoff spot. I think he's 6 man of the year.
All right, let's move on to coach of the year. This probably should be unanimous. My coach of the year is Kenny Atkinson. I mean, I don't think it's debatable. What are we doing? No one expected the Cavs to be the best regular season offense in NBA history. Like nobody expected that.
You got your Mo Mosley, KD?
No, I have Ime Udoka.
All right, that's respectable.
Yeah, like the thing with Kenny Atkinson is like he already came into an established system, so it's just kind of tough for me to really give him like full credit when this is like they were already an established big four like as a team. So it's given that it's like, and they had last year they had great stretches. People be forgetting that like there was a period of time where Mobley and Garland, they were both out like 20 games, and like so it's obviously they didn't win as many games last season, but if they were healthy the whole season, like who knows what happened. Like you can probably credit Atkinson, a bit for like Mobley being better, but I'd like Garland being better. I can't say that Atkinson has caused Garland to be better. Like we already seen Garland be this few seasons ago. He just has gone back to this. So it's
scheme fit wise, Garland was about to leave. Garland was about to leave Cleveland if he like couldn't get
Garland is the best efficiency of his career, bro.
Yeah. Oh, it's the best efficiency of his career, yeah. But I mean, you expect players to get better throughout their like early years. So that doesn't mean as much. But in terms of for Ime specifically, nobody expected the Rockets to be this good. No, like not even close to being this good. Like most people probably had Rockets missing the play-in altogether or like a play-in team, but nobody had them as a top like 3 seed in the West and like stamped and beating a lot of good teams. So for that reason, Ime is like, I have to give it to him.
Who you got, Max?
JJ Redick. I think it's got to be Kenny or JB. Again, I feel like I'm on the Pistons, but JB Bickerstaff, I think a lot of what they did with free agency and especially coach, like what they had 14 wins last year, on pace for damn near 40. So again, I think that's a big improvement. I disagree with you, KD. I do think that the Cavs teams in the past were good. My pick would be is Kenny Atkinson, I guess. I have it on my whatever. I think JB should get some love, but I think Kenny should get it because I think that even though that Cavs team has looked good, has whatever looked good at times, there were obvious holes in that team. There were obviously deficiencies. I think maybe you can call it development now, right? Evan Mobley's a year past in the league, but Jared Allen's playing great. Mitchell changed his role. He's not scoring downhill as much. I don't think he's having a bad year at all. To be honest, it's almost like he's kind of pumping the brakes. Like he's trying to play more team basketball and gonna go for wins.
No, he's not. No, he's not. Stop. I hear people saying that. He's not playing more team basketball.
He's not having a bad year at all.
I'm not saying he is.
Basketball every time.
He's not playing team. He's not
having a career year.
Basketball. not really shooting less or nothing like that. He's just not making as many shots as he was last year. We gotta stop. We gotta start with that, bro.
I mean,
I really like
you have what? Evan Mobley bumped in points. How much? How much do you have in points now?
Like probably like 4 points. He's not playing like team basketball. He ain't taking a lesser role. He's just not making as many shots this year, bro. It's okay, bro. It's okay to say that.
No,
like,
it's not even that. He's not making. He's
you are nasty. That's your man's.
Yeah, and he's been better from the
I think you hated on Donovan Mitchell all year, which is crazy. You've been like saying Evan Mobley's the best player on the team, clear cut is
like just look at his minutes.
No,
he's playing four less minutes a game.
I didn't say he was. I didn't say he
4 less minutes a game.
I didn't say he was. I didn't say he was the best player on the team. I said he's been the best player this season. That's two different things. Last year, last year he shot 19.8 shots. This year he's shooting 18.4. He's playing 4 more minutes. He's shooting about. He's playing less minutes. But
what about free throws? What about free throws? Because that matters. Like when you're aggressive getting to the line, that also counts.
I mean, is that because he's playing basketball, or is that because he gets the line less?
If he's
like two things can be true. He's not making as much, but he's also not taking as much. He's also not on the court as much. He's also doesn't have the ball as much as before. Like a lot of those things factor into that.
Watch the Cavs. Watch the Cavs.
He's just playing team basketball, though. I'm not giving him that, bro. He's just not making it. He's not making the shots like he's taking the same shit he was taking last year.
You got to watch the Cavs, Latif. You got to watch the Cavs.
Team basketball isn't the right. I don't think that's how I put it. He's just taking a back seat. That's what he's doing. He's taking a back seat.
Robert, I'm not.
You can say that. There was a stretch again. There was a huge stretch where Darius Garland and Evan Mobley were out at the same time.
Yep.
9 times out of 10, that's where that scoring buff came from. So that probably put his averages up to where it was last year. What was that, 26 a game? If they were there all last year, he probably would have never averaged 26 a game. It probably would have been somewhere around where it's at right now. You can make that argument.
Well, they were. I mean, in 2022, 2023, they was mostly there the whole year, right? And he basically still averaged the same amount of shots per minute. Like I don't think his volume is really. He's just playing less. And he does take backseat sometimes, but he also on some nights is just inefficient. Like this is probably one of his.
Yeah, but that was always the case. That's not something that's new to this season. That's always been the case.
He's a small guard. At the end of the day, I think
go ahead.
Kenny Atkinson probably has the case to win it. I think it's JB Bickerstaff just for the embodiment of what a coach of the year is. Like he came in, changed the culture, got a jump. Young star looking like a young star. Actually,
if you say that, then you have to give it to Ime. Like that's what Ime did. Like great.
You can give it to Ime. I personally believe, like how I said last year, I said it like how the Timberwolves would be a top seed. You could kind of make the case for OKC. If you have a great defensive team in the regular season with enough very good, average to very good like players on the NBA team, you can get wins. Like I think it's easy to get wins like that, especially if you got a good coach. Ime Udoka is obviously a good coach, so he has a case to win it. I'm sure. The Kenny Atkinson thing is kind of like the Mark Jackson to Steve Kerr thing. Like you already got an established team. They've been to the playoffs. They won a round. Like it's the same. It's the same model. Like it's not going to be fully vindicated until like they win a chip or if they win a chip this year. Nobody would expected Boston to take a dip. So I don't think like first seed automatically like should put you in contention of having the coach of the year because this was a good team. They weren't a bad team. They just had a juggernaut in their conference. This year, that juggernaut taking a back step. They caught some wins and now they first know the East. So I don't think like he did a crazy amount. I think they probably could have been a top 4 seed anyway with like JB Bickerstaff this year, regardless.
Yep, I agree. If Garland plays better, like they probably are still the 1 seed. I'm be honest.
His face is broken. Clutch player of the year. I'm starting out with mine because I don't think anyone probably has this. Darius Garland is the clutch player of the year. I mean, what can I say?
Yes.
He's been amazing in the clutch this year. The Cavs are 14-2. He has a plus 50.6 net rating. And he's shooting 78.8 as far as true shooting. He has 10 assists to 1 turnover and 54 points in the clutch. He's been amazing in the clutch this year. He's clutch player of the year. I know some people are gonna say Jokic, and I understand the case, and he has more, responsibility than a Darius Garland. I understand that argument, but no, Darius Garland has been arguably the best clutch player in all basketball this season. So I'm going with that. KD?
I'm going with my guy, GOAT James. Yes. The GOAT James, when you actually look at his clutch numbers, he's been just one of the best. Like, it's between him and Jokic in terms of, like, the thing with Garland is I don't think the Cavs have played enough games, like, in the clutch because they've just dominated so many people that I can't, like, actually give it to him. But you look at, like, LeBron's clutch numbers, he's shooting one of the few people actually shooting over 50% from the field, shooting over 40% from three. Like, he's been there in the clutch, and I got to add to my GOAT's legacy. Let us get another accolade. Just keep tagging them on. So.
Yeah, mine was Darius Garland. I don't think I got to go into it. He's back. It's always been there. A lot of people hate it. Some people had him in Derek White talks.
I got a tweet. I got a tweet.
Derek White was better.
I got a tweet bookmark from KD, bro. I can't wait till Darius Garland balls on the playoff. I have a tweet bookmark from KD. Like,
yeah, you better hope he balls out in the playoffs. Shoot, you better.
He said they told me Derek White was back or something. I mean, they told me Darius Garland was back or something like that. Yeah, I got that bookmark, bro.
What was that? Was that after that Boston game where he went like 3 for 20 or something? Yeah. Sounds about right.
He makes 2 more shots, they win that game. Al Horford he blocked like 3 of them.
Yeah,
come on, that's never gonna happen again.
That's the Garland I know. Shoot.
Max, who's your clutch player of the year?
I think this award's stupid. I hate this award so much.
It's very stupid. It is.
Again, this is one where it's like it's so objective. So, Jokic, Fox, you guys like I don't care. I'm not glad I don't care. I don't have one. So, I'll give it to AJ Mitchell. Get AJ Mitchell some love.
They should do like least clutch player of the year. That'd be a more interesting award. Like
who would have least clutch player of the year? Rudy Gobert.
It's probably Tyler Hero. He's been so bad in the clutch that's ridiculous.
All right, let's go to our East and West All-Star this year. I'll start with mine because I'm doing who I think should actually make the team, not legacies, not because you're a Hall of Famer player, top 75 player. I don't, what I'm saying? I really don't care about that. I'm talking about who's played the best.
So you're living in fantasy land and not reality.
Sure, that's fine.
Let's go. Are we going full East or starters?
I was gonna say my whole list, but what y'all want to do?
We can get starters out of the way first. I'd say just do East-West starters.
Yeah.
Okay. My starters. It's not really no. My starters in the East. These are the players who should make the All-Star team as starters in the East. I don't care about legacy, what you did 10 years ago, none of that shit. I'm talking about this year, not popularity, nothing that. So starters, Cade Cunningham, Jalen Brunson, Tatum, Giannis, Evan Mobley. Those are my starters in the East. Those are my starters.
Mobley over Cats?
Huh?
Mobley over Cat?
Yes, Mobley over Cat. Yes, I said that. Yes.
So we not doing All-Star game picks?
What you mean?
This is All-Star.
This is All-Star.
It can't be though.
What you mean?
This ain't All-Star game picks. We don't. Are we doing Latif's picks?
Yeah,
no,
it's literally
this
is Latif's picks.
That has been great.
Are we gonna be politically correct? Are we gonna do about it based on
this is my
the rest of us are doing the real way.
What's been done throughout NBA history and not do our own.
No. Y'all can say who y'all think is gonna be the All-Star team. I'm saying who I think should be the All-Star team based on strictly their play on the floor.
Can we be consistent and do it how the NBA does it? Because since this is the NBA All-Star game, can we Can we follow their model? Because that's how it's going to be voted on anyway.
It is backcourt, front court. That was I don't know what's different
this
about
is
that.
just all you trying to push Mobley propaganda. That's
No.
That's all.
Cat has been great offensively, but he is literally terrible defensively. Like it's actually hilarious. Like Evan Mobley is in my opinion, he's been the best player on a team that's on pace for like 70 wins.
All of NBA history. You telling me
he was a player, he's a year level
in the All-Star game? I want to see generational defense instead of in an All-Star game.
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about who's been the best players, the best I guess 5 players, not really though, but like that fits the criteria in the East. That's what I'm talking about. Evan Mobley has been the best player for the Cavs this year. He has been. And they're
like
on pace.
But that is just such a reductive argument. Like it's not serious. You're not being serious. Like when there are nights where Mobley is the 4th worst player on the Cavs, and I can go grab them right now. They have a 4 All-Star like caliber player, headed monster on that team. So to try to just at the very top, Mobley's been the best player this entire season for the best team in the East. That is just so reductive because it completely ignores Donovan Mitchell, Darius Garland, and Jared Allen. It's just ridiculous.
It doesn't completely ignore that. It's how
it does because you're saying it without mentioning them at all.
On a team with those 3 players, and the most consistent player and the best player, credit to him. Again, he's been a defensive player of the year level player while averaging around 20 points on like 65% true shooting. So he's been amazing on both sides of the ball this year. Cat has been great. Cat has been great, but he just defense is ass.
He's also been the best player in his team.
Mobley has not been the best player. At least half.
Huh?
I'm willing to bet. I'm willing to bet.
I don't agree with that.
I'm willing to bet at least half the Cavs games, Mobley was not the best player on that.
I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that. I watched damn near every game of the year for them.
Q and KD, do you guys agree on the 3 front court players that should be?
That is going to be? Yeah.
It should be Giannis, Tatum, Cat. Giannis, Tatum, Cat.
It's easy.
I think the 2 want to be different.
The two guards are the only discrepancy. I think the 2 guards in the East will be debated, but I think the 3 front court players, we can end that. We can end the entire conversation, and we all have Cat, we have Tatum, and we have Giannis. Correct?
Yes.
Okay, just making sure.
Because that's what you think. Yes, that's fine. That's fine. Y'all want to do it by that way? That's fine. I mean, I don't have no problem with that. I'm just saying.
I agree. I think they will make the team, and I think they all deserve to be starters.
Yeah, they all deserve.
But are we ignoring defense for Cat?
What?
Are we ignoring defense for Cat?
No,
he's awful on defense.
Cat, but Cat is legit terrible. But in his defense, he's playing out of position. So that's unfortunate.
Did that ever matter for this specific argument right here? I'm talking about other agendas.
I'm not trying to push no agenda. I think Evan Mobley's been a better player than Cat this year.
You doing that? I could just start saying anything out of anywhere. I could start saying the random.
I believe Evan Mobley is a better player than Cat this year.
I can make a case for that. He's been
I think Evan Mobley has been a better player than Cat this year.
Let me ask you: if you swap Cat and Mobley, do you think the Knicks are as good?
Hell no.
Yes.
You're insane. You're like
I'm so serious.
Hell no.
I'm so serious. I'm so serious because the Knicks have not beat anybody good. What are we doing right now? They have not beat anybody good. They played.
You guys lost the Thunder without Chet and Hardenstein.
What does it got to do anything? What are you talking about?
They'd be even worse. Yeah.
They literally have not beat anybody because their defense is so ass. And the defense would be much better with Mobley on the team because they give up points against everybody.
The defense is ass, but again, Cat's playing out of position. Mitchell Robinson's been hurt the whole season. Like their ideal lineup is Mitchell Robinson at the 5 and Cat at the 4. But we're getting so off topic. Like to get back on topic, my guards, I have the 2 people who I believe are going to be all-stars. One, LaMelo Ball. I think LaMelo is deserving of all-star, not deserving of starter, but he's so far ahead in the votes that I believe he is going to end up being a starter. then Donovan Mitchell, who also I believe is deserving of All-Star. As for a starter spot, I think you can make an argument for him just because how many wins the Cavs have. But again, he's second in votes, so I think he's going to get the nod. But there's, again, a few other guys that I think you could argue for that. LaMelo, I don't think should be a starter just because it's the Hornets have like 10 wins, but he's played well enough to be an all-star easily. So
I got Brunson and D Mitch. I think LaMelo probably, because based on what he should, like just numbers wise, he probably in fan vote he probably ends up starting over Donovan Mitchell. But I just have Donovan because I know at least he's been there. He's on the 1 seed. It's gonna be kind of crazy if the 1 seed doesn't have a start in the All-Star game. But I think LaMelo could have easily won it. Been there also just based off the other factors.
All right. My reserves are Darius Garland, Trae Young, Jaylen Brown, Cat, and Siakam. And then my wild card is Damian Lillard and Donovan. The last two. Yes.
Oh, you had Cade started.
Correct.
Yeah. So you just didn't have LaMelo?
No, I don't.
Is that just because record?
Yes.
Yeah,
and he has been. Yeah, that's really it. I wish his efficiency was a little bit higher too, but
yeah. It's his situation is terrible, so that's why I don't really ding the efficiency. But my reserves, I have Cade, Garland, Damian Lillard. Correct me, did you have Dame Teef?
Yeah, he's a wild card.
Okay, yeah. He's a wild card for me too. Not that it really matters. But Brunson. Then I have for my forwards, Mobley, Jaylen Brown, Siakam. So pretty much kind of the same as you.
Cade, LaMelo, Evan Mobley, Jared Allen, Trae Young, Darius Garland.
So you don't have Damian Lillard?
Nah, and LaMelo will be on the bench.
Dame has been.
So you had Jared Allen instead of Dame?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. As a wild card?
It's a winning tax.
Oh man.
That's fair. It's not like the Bucks have been impressive.
This be up to the coaches. The coaches gonna look at number 1 seed, gonna be like, yeah, they got 4 All-Stars. They every post-game interviews, one of them is saying, oh, we got 4 All-Stars. They're gonna get at least 3. They're probably gonna get 3.
I wonder if it might work against them, though. Like, I wonder if they'll steal votes from each other, and it might just hold them in the end. We'll see. Max, what about you?
So starters, like I said, my front court, Giannis, Tatum, Cat. I have Brunson. I think that last guard spot could be filled by either Cade or LaMelo. I'll lean Cade because I got to get my most improved player thing up there. But past that, you got Trae, LaMelo, Donovan Mitchell, Darius Garland, Brown, Mobley. And again, I don't like it, but no, I'm not putting Jared Allen. You can give me Pascal. I'll fall for the Pascal Siakam.
I'll
fall for Pascal Siakam.
We're giving Siakam respect on here. He's had a good season. Been the best player on his team. He's putting up great numbers, man.
I'm not giving the Cavs 4.
My guy getting his first All-Star game, man. He's so here, man.
Wait, who did you have missing the team? You got Damian Lillard, Max?
No. What am I missing? I got Giannis, Tatum, Cat, Cade.
Who's your reserve?
I got Trae, LaMelo, Mitchell, Darius Garland, Mobley, Siakam, Jaylen Brown.
That's 8.
No game, gang.
You only get 7.
He was 25 and 7 on 62%.
You're gonna talk about that, but not talk about the egregious nonsense that you had in your starting lineup.
I don't know what was egregious.
Like, you don't judge nobody on
anything. Listen, Mobley has been better than Cat this year. I don't know what to tell you.
You arguing with a brick wall, gang. I'm not moving off a consensus take.
That's fine. I mean, consensus is wrong sometimes. I mean,
Cat's
been great though. Cat's been great. He just can't guard nobody, and that matters as a center and as a player, anyways. But
ever.
Can we get the Western? Can we get the West starters, please?
Ever.
All right. What's All-Stars?
Cat does offensively. He'll never get there.
Never.
In his life.
Fine. That's fine.
He dreams about it. He chokes up.
Cat can never ever get there to Mobley.
That's not true. That's not true.
That's a defense on defense. On defense.
Yes, now in year 10.
Oh my God! I don't want to have a conversation.
The first 3 years, everybody thought he could do it. Anything he wanted.
Oh my God!
We knew that. We knew that. Come on, bro. Don't act silly.
All right, let's go.
In all fairness, Latif, you better preface the same thing with the West. Not who's going to make it, about who you think's going to make it. You better preface that.
That's all I'm doing, bro. I'm trying to.
Who you think should make it? Yeah.
All right,
Latif, you go first.
Yeah, I was planning on it. My West All-Star starters, who I think should make it, not who's going to make it or whatever. Shea.
So wait,
seems accurate. Let's not pick who's going to make it.
Again, you're like literally admitting I'm going to be wrong. Like
no, I don't care about being wrong. I don't care about who the fan vote and coaches and stuff pick. I'm talking about who has been playing the best. Now,
so you don't think Andrew Wiggins? You don't think Andrew Wiggins deserves to be an All-Star starter?
No. What the hell? Anyways, Shea, Anthony Edwards, Victor Wembanyama, Anthony Davis, and Nikola Jokic. Those are my starters. Shea, Ant, Victor, Anthony Davis.
I got. You just said Anthony Edwards.
I got
Steph,
Shea, Jokic, Wemby, and Bron.
Okay, I mean,
that's my exact 5, same as Max. Steph, Shea, Jokic, Wemby, Bron. I think he probably has the same, but probably with AD instead of.
Q's retiring.
But not AD, KD instead of Bron.
Bro, what are we doing? That doesn't matter.
No, Katie, I'm asking you a question. Do you think Steph has been better than Anthony Edwards this year?
Do I think Steph has been better than Ant?
Yes.
Yes, I do.
I mean, that's debatable, but I mean, I understand.
It is debatable. You just asked me what I thought.
No, it's debatable. I'm not mad at that because Steph is turning. Yeah.
All right. Okay. Because now I'm getting upset. So it's debatable. You admit? You admit it is debatable.
Yes.
50-50. It could go either way, right? That's what you're telling me.
I wouldn't say 50-50, but
why is it?
I can hear that. I mean, Steph has.
Yeah. What is Anthony Edwards' number one argument? What has he done this season that has given him the argument for that spot?
Oh, probably having one of the best 3-point shooting seasons ever.
And you're putting that up against Steph Curry. Say that out loud. Say that out loud.
I just said it out loud.
You think
has he been a better shooter than Steph this year?
Said it out loud and you look away from the camera because you know you're doubling down. You said it's debatable, and it's something where it's debatable where the edge in this specific moment, in this specific situation we doing right here, where edge is when that means a lot, when half the votes gonna go to bro anyway, and something debatable, it should go to Steph Curry.
I'm not talking about popularity, bro. I'm not talking about popularity. I mean, it's gonna be hard for Anthony Edwards to ever beat Steph in a popularity contest. That's not gonna ever happen.
Wait, Q.
A lot of that came from Steph Curry, dominating, winning championships. That's how that happened. Sure, Anthony Edwards could get that same type of that same whatever if he starts winning chips. He's not. So of course, he's never going to get that type of fan vote. But in 2 years, when Steph Curry gone, shoot, it might go to him. But then again, Luke is still around, so I don't know. You saying a whole lot. I don't get it.
Q, what's your 5?
Why are you choosing to be wrong? I got your same 5.
Okay, I didn't know if you would throw 80 in there.
I actually
KD.
All right.
80.
Reserves: Steph, Luka, Kevin Durant, Jaren Jackson, Sabonis. Then the wild cards are Fox and Kyrie. Those are my reserves.
I completely forgot about Luka, so someone gets dropped easy. I'm biased. I threw J-Dub in there.
I also have J-Dub in there. I don't even think that's an unbiased thing. OKC deserves 2 All-Stars.
I got KD, AD, Ant, Kyrie, Luka, Şengün.
Şengün?
No.
Am I forgetting someone?
No. Şengün on the list, gang.
That's what I'm saying. Am I forgetting someone else though?
Jaren Jackson.
Sengun is
Yeah, I did forget
nasty.
it.
Yeah, I can't.
I should have said,
You
I
forgetting somebody. There's like 3 games.
forgot Sabonis too. I forgot Sabonis too.
Don't get wrong. I think Sengun's probably going to make it because the
Not
media,
over Jaren though. Not over Jaren though.
He shouldn't, but I don't know.
Not
They
over
got him in the MVP ladder, which is crazy. So I don't. They got some crazy propaganda for Sengun.
I forgot about 2 power forwards who are more deserving.
Yeah,
2 bigs.
my reserves are Luka, Kyrie, Ant, KD, J-Dub, Triple J, and AD, Anthony Davis.
I forgot LeBron.
You're crazy.
No way.
I was like, yeah, I didn't say LeBron. That's crazy.
You're crazy.
Yeah.
KD,
This
Triple J, AD, Luka, Kyrie, and Sabonis.
Yeah, I mean, this has been one of LeBron's worst years. I don't know. I mean, like
I
obviously,
still think LeBron and KD probably start. Like, I still think Wemby might fake come off the bench. I'm not gonna lie.
The only thing Wemby just has a lot of votes, but I don't know because like in terms of votes, LeBron and KD are above him, but I feel like the coaches might. I don't know. It's not coaches, is it? It's media and it's
media and then players.
Yeah, you're right. I think LeBron and KD probably both start, and Wemby's off the bench.
Just trying to be accurate here. Just trying to be accurate.
no, I mean, hey, consensus. I mean, I'm talking. I was just doing who I think have been the best players. LeBron has been, he's been pretty great, but the defense is obviously ass. And hey, I don't know. It's
Never been a criteria.
This is all-star game.
The Lakers are better with him off the floor this year. I think.
Yes,
this is the all-star game, gang.
Like, because they don't have a real backup center, so it's like, LeBron's having a great season.
No, he is, but it's like.
It's like an alley-oop poster. This is the all-star game. That's what they want to see. They don't want to see him sitting in a chair trying to guard up D'Lo. They don't care.
Relative, I think relative to his standards, this is probably one of his worst.
I mean,
he's 40.
He's 40, but like,
you never seen nobody do this before. This is the best 40-year-old season you've ever seen.
Yeah, I mean, this is better than the 2023 season. So I don't know. I'll
probably just might move Jaren to a wild card or something like that, or move Sabonis to a wild card and put LeBron in there. I just forgot his name. But
what you mean?
I wasn't saying like he's not on it.
What do you mean probably, bro? You get me mad.
Man.
No, I'm just gonna have him on there. He just
They start seeing anything, bro. I don't get it.
All right, bro. That's gonna do it for episode 131. Thank you guys for rocking with us. Thank you, KD, for coming on. Thank you, Max, for staying up late. I know it's like 11:43 out there. Hopefully, you have a great day at school.
He ain't got nothing to do tomorrow. He in the crib.
Oh, why not?
It's
Anyways,
cold.
That's gonna do it. Oh yeah.